planes hit the World Trade Center, we were watching the news at the time. It's kind of like one of those moments, I think, your parents remember when Kennedy was assassinated or something. It's one of those moments that they're edged and burned into your mind. About 12 hours after the planes hit the buildings, we were then informed through the Law Enforcement Information Network that our tactical special response unit was going to be needed at 9/11. We departed in 2 cars and left for New York right around midnight or 11 o'clock at night on September 11th. We did the search and rescue. We did search and recovery. We also did survey work for the Army Corps of Engineers, where we were assigned to help out with the military as well as several volunteers from a nursing staff and several people from all across the country that I honestly couldn't remember or tell you who their names were. But we were in a big staging area, and then they would deploy people as necessary where things would be needed. What we were told is we had to sort through things bit by bit, and we just did not have access, to be honest with you, to the heavy equipment due to the rubble and the piles that we worked on top of. So we had 5-gallon buckets. You would jump into a line, and the next thing you know, there'd be a line of 1,000 firefighters working just a scoop at a time off the top of the bucket. Iron, rubble, concrete, it just was all... There's nothing huge to be able to lift out of there. It was either permanently affixed to the ground and burned into the ground, and or we removed it with a 5-gallon bucket. When you were there, you saw nothing bigger than a shoe, nothing more than a headset of a telephone.
What was it like being at Ground Zero?
The word surreal probably doesn't do any justice to the word surreal, but at age 24, being there, you were hopeful that you could be able to provide whatever that was necessary at the time. There's periods where you were scared. There was periods where you were very proud. But I think adrenaline filled would probably be one of the words that I would describe being back then. Kodak instant cameras back at the time. We didn't have cell phones that took pictures back then. And we came across a bunch of disposable cameras. We decided to use some of the disposable cameras to bring back up, and guys started using them to take pictures to capture kind of what some of the events were. The book is just a first-hand look of what firefighters saw walking through the streets every day. It could be the camera. The time that we were there went by very, very quickly, and you worked 10 to 12-hour days, and it felt like you worked 5 minutes from time to time, just looking back at it now. It was somber, to be honest, and the closer you got, and when you rode the buses in and out every day, it was a somber feeling. You were, I don't want to say you were at a funeral, but you were, it was an emotional, you had to work and you had to get through it. The fact that we were, exposed to significant amounts of asbestos or whatever toxic chemicals happened from that incident. We've been given the ability to have checkups and have heavy metals testing in our blood, things that we were exposed to. And so far, out of everybody that's been there, everything's been great so far. We're happy to be able to help out, and I think all those guys, even though we're a little older now, we would do it again.